The origin of the first dog, cat, horse and other domestic animals, how our most loyal companions were born. Have you ever wondered how the first dog, cat or horse appeared? Where did the animals that live alongside us today come from? Although it may seem simple, the history of each one is an evolutionary journey of thousands, and sometimes millions, of years that unites nature and human coexistence. We tell you species by species, how was the first dog born? Origin, grey wolf, Canis lupus. How long ago? 15,000 to 40,000 years ago. Where? Central Asia or Europe. Dogs were not created, but domesticated. It is believed that some more docile wolves began to approach human settlements in search of food. Over time, humans began to breed the less aggressive wolves, giving rise to Canis lupus familiaris, the domestic dog. Fun fact, the dog was the first animal domesticated by humans. How was the first cat born? Origin, African wild cat, Felis libica. How long ago? About 9,000 years ago. Where? Middle East, Fertile Crescent region. Unlike the dog, the cat domesticated itself. It appeared when humans began to store grain and rodents appeared. Wild cats, attracted by prey, settled near humans. The most sociable ones were accepted. And a relationship began that lasts to this day. Fun fact, Egyptians worshipped cats and considered them sacred. How was the first domesticated rabbit born? Origin, European wild rabbit, Oryctolagus cuniculus. How long ago? About 1,500 years ago. Where? France, during the Middle Ages. Rabbits were first domesticated by French monks, who raised the most docile specimens in monasteries. The reason? The church allowed rabbit meat to be eaten during Lent, as it was considered similar to fish. Since then, they began to be selected for their docility, size and fur. Fun fact, rabbit domestication is very recent compared to dogs or cats, which is why domestic rabbits retain many wild behaviors. How was the first domesticated horse born? Origin, wild horse from Eurasia. How long ago? About 5,500 years ago. Where? Steppes of Kazakhstan. Viticulture. Humans began by domesticating horses for meat and milk. Later, they learned to use them for transportation, agriculture and warfare. Domestication was key to the development of civilizations. Fun fact, the DNA of modern horses shows that they are all descended from a few domesticated specimens. How was the first domesticated cow born? Origin, Euro, Bos primigenius, a large extinct species. How long ago? About 10,000 years ago. Where? Near East and India. Humans began raising aurochs for their meat, milk and strength. Over the centuries, cows adapted to agricultural environments and became a mainstay of rural economies. And the first sheep. Origin, Asian wild mouflon. How long ago? About 10,000 years ago. Where? Mesopotamia. Sheep were among the first animals domesticated for wool, meat and milk. They were easy to handle and provided clothing and food. And the goat? Origin, mountain goat, Capri gogris. How long ago? About 10,000 years ago. Where? Iran and Turkey. Goats were domesticated for their milk and meat, and for their ability to adapt to difficult terrain. Today they remain crucial in many rural cultures. What do all these animals have in common? Adaptability to humans. Early individuals were less aggressive or more sociable. Mutual utility, in exchange for food and protection, animals offered work, companionship or food. Shared evolution, their domestication also changed humans, for example, lactose tolerance. Conclusion? No domestic animal appeared out of nowhere, they all have a wild ancestor and a long process of adaptation. Today, our dogs, cats, horses and other companions are the result of thousands of years of coexistence, selective breeding and shared evolution. So the next time you look at your dog or cat, remember, what started as a fluke, turned into a millennial friendship. Thank you for watching the video.